So I have been doing digital portfolios for a while now at Salem. And Chris got on my Twitter and got me at Biogen the other week when I was at Summer STEM, so that's what that picture is. But, what I did for my students, because we're a very techie school, I actually made my own Google site that's right there on the left-hand side that has all the directions in it. It tells them step by step how to make it, what it is. There's a video instructional guide to let them know what they need to do to make their own portfolios. I also put exactly what I wanted to see on the portfolio. I required, by the end of the year, all of my students had to have one artifact per quarter per class with reflections. So it was a pretty lofty goal, and I was working by myself, whereas this year it's going to be more of a team thing. So it won't just be me doing it, it's going to be my entire interdisciplinary team. But then I also wanted them to know that their portfolio goes with them, and it's not just me who's their audience, it's their peers, it's their parents, it is people who are looking at them in high school, in college, and in their careers. And a lot of my students just really took that and ran with it and did just an absolutely amazing job. One of the things that we found as a school that was one of our most complicated, or one of our most challenging things, was the reflection piece. Kids really didn't have a problem pulling artifacts, and teachers would say to them, you must have your mid-unit assessment in your portfolio. But when it came to okay, well, what do you want me to write about it? That's where they struggled a lot. So I did provide them with a lot of guiding questions to help them do the reflection. But that's going to be one of our big focuses this year at Salem, is in-class reflection. Okay, here is your assessment. Now let's talk about what could you have done better? How were you successful? How has this shown your growth over the year? But really, focusing on that reflection piece as we begin to roll this out to the staff. I also did student portfolio teams in class, so they had partners that they worked with, and they went through each other's portfolios, making sure they had what they needed. And 8th graders need buy-in. So, well, why do we have to do this? Okay, so I, of course, explained that. Well, are you going to grade it? Yes, I'll grade it because you need a grade. So I will grade it, and that was the rubric that I used for grading it. At the end of the year, we had a digital portfolio rodeo. So everyone showcased their portfolios, parents came, we had snacks, the best part. And the kids really enjoyed that. And when they did their portfolios, I really encouraged them to use a variety of artifacts, a variety of reflection tools. So you're going to see all kinds of videos. I have, voice reflections where they recorded themselves and they walked themselves through how they solved math problems. Just all kinds of different techniques for doing that reflection and showing their artifacts. And I do have some students that began it in 6th grade, so they have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade on theirs. So they are ready to roll when they get to high school.
Just an absolute exemplar portfolio. Well designed, great bio page, variety of subject areas, variety of artifacts, students talking, narrating their thoughts. So just exemplar portfolios linked in there for your review. Jen, thank you so much for sharing that.